The 2023 season at Redwood Acres Raceway continued Saturday, June 3rd with a North State and Upstate Modifieds joining the Acres local divisions. The feature event for the evening was the 60-lap Dave McMurray Sr. Memorial Race for the Modifieds. Heat race winners were Brandon White in the Bombers, Dylan Ford in the Roadrunners, Gary Kleintobe in the Mini Stocks, Landon Green in the Legends, and David Miller in the Late Models. The North State Modified Dash for Cash was won by Scott Winters, while the Upstate Modified Heat Race win went to Sammy Nuno. Tyler Krupa took the initial lead in the Bomber main event, but it didn't take Brandon White long to assert himself. White took the lead on lap 2. Jordan Krupa moved into second a few laps later and tried to close on White. Tyler Krupa fell to fourth when Doug Wade took the third position from him. Krupa later spun and brought out a caution. White regained the lead on the restart and was able to build a comfortable margin. Jordan Krupa took second, followed by Way, Tyler Krupa, and Jeremiah Martin. The Roadrunner feature was a back-and-forth race between brothers Nick and Dylan Ford. The thrilling duel ended on lap 7 when Dylan lost power and drove to the pits. Nick Ford ended up taking the win over Logan Marias and Dylan Ford. The mini stock feature started off with Colton Kinsey in the lead, but his time up front was brief as Gary Kleintobe took the lead by the end of the first lap. After a lengthy duel, Joe Bonamini was able to get by Kinsey for second. Nobody had anything for Kleintobe as he dominated the race and took the win. Bonamini placed second while Kinsey, Allison McCarty, and Nick Ford rounded out the top 5. Landon Green took full advantage of pole position as he moved to the lead going the first turn on lap 1 of the Legends main event. Green pulled out to a large lead while Brad Curtis had his hands full with Tyler Krupa and Tyler Avalar. Krupa eventually took second from Curtis. Contact between Andy Thornton and Marcus Finney brought a caution and bunched the field. Green remained cool under pressure and was able to take his first ever main event win over Krupa. Curtis took third, followed by Avalar in fourth and Scott Taylor in fifth. Luke Hall moved to the lead at the start of the late model feature race. David Miller didn't wait long to show his strength as he took the top position from Hall on lap 5. Romeo Venza necessitated a yellow flag. Hall fought as hard as he could on the restart, but Miller was able to prevail after several laps. After numerous laps of riding in Hall's mirror, Peterson was able to move by for second. Miller's lead was insurmountable and he was able to cruise to the win. Peterson and Hall were second and third with Venza fourth and Nick Ford fifth. The Dave McMurray Sr. Memorial Race was brought to the green by Sammy Nuno, who jumped to the lead immediately. Kylie Keown had her mirror full of Sierra Furia's car. Eric Price moved past Sal Martinez into second, while the main focus continued on the multi-car battle for fourth. Furia's attempt to use the highline to pass Keown failed, as she was boxed in by the lap car of John Baker. Brandon White moved to fifth and was able to get by Keown a few laps later. Scott Winters and Furia were eventually able to do the same. White and Winters quickly moved by Martinez and tried to close on the two leaders. A spin by Orion Mosier off the second turn brought the yellow flag and bunched the field for a restart. Johnson took full advantage when the green flag dropped as he moved into the lead. Winters and White were also able to get by Nuno. A few laps later, Furia moved into the fourth position. Things were starting to get heated at the front when Baker spun, resulting in a caution. The hotly contested restart was short, as another yellow flew due to an incident involving Nuno and Ian Elliott. The final restart determined who was going to be the race winner. Price and Winters had a battle for the lead that lasted several laps. Winters was finally able to gain the upper hand and take the lead. White and Furia were able to get past Price many laps later, but they were both too far behind to catch Winters. At the finish, it was Winters taking the win over White, Furia, Price, and Keown.